All right, we're gonna do 400 grit. We already got it taped up and go from there. So again, that first little bit you're sanding, the first and second step in grit, no matter what light it is gonna be the longest process. And it's because you're taking off that first sunburn of the light, you know? That UV coating that has failed is what you're taking off. And so it's gonna take the longest time out of all your grits, first and second time. And from there, you're just refining those grits. So the last two steps of sandpaper are gonna be the fastest because you're not taking off corrosion, you're just refining that scratch. All right, now that we've got that to a nice even matte finish, again, that first step, I try to get 90 to 95% of that off that first grit because it's the heaviest, the strongest grit. Now we're gonna go with 600 grit. And then after that, we'll do 1,000 and 2,000.
And again, those last two steps are gonna be the fastest in your sanding process. But yeah.
Then we're gonna do 1,000. And again, at this point, we're just refining those scratches. So we're not really trying to take corrosion off. So that's why it's gonna take a lot faster. So like out of the whole 10 minutes that it'll take to do this one light, we'll probably do, well, I'm gonna show you the whole process for 1,000 before we go to 2,000. So you'll see how fast it is.
Make sure you get the edges
Smoothed out. And then we're good. So that was 55 seconds. Now we'll go up to 2,000 grit. Pardon the barking dogs from the local neighborhood
guy.
All right, and that was 40 seconds. Now we can go ahead and pull all the tape off. And then, again, like I said, on every single job, once you pull the tape, make sure to clean the light. Make sure you get all of the corners, all the cracks wiped out. You don't want to have, no matter what method you're using, you don't want any moisture that's lingering in there to come back out and like roll down your light as you're doing. If it's a clear coat, if it's a clear wipe, if it's polishing, no matter what it is, you don't want to have any moisture come running down the light. If you have tape that gets stuck on it, like this section here, go ahead and pre-soak it with some of your soap and water, or like I use foam and glass cleaner, and then it'll come right off. And just take your microfiber towel and roll the edge up of it, and your towel will pick it up. Clean towel, wipe this guy off. Again, when you're done, it should not look like you were here. There should be no tears dripping down the front of the car, like sanding tears, none of that stuff. It should just have clear light. All right, so once that's all heated up, you're just gonna take your vapor cup and go like this. And so that first pass of this is going to get the light 99% clear. Just gonna go over it a second time, and there's kind of like fine lines where you can see almost look like 3,000 grit scratches. And so just gonna go over it one more time and get those smoothed out. Again, like I say, the easiest way to describe what this is actually doing is it's polishing the lens. So just like if you were to hit it with a buffer, this is gonna be like the second pass, if you will, of that polish. And then once it's all smooth, and you can see it in person, once it's all smooth, then you can go ahead and get that ceramic coating prepped and topped up on it. Yeah, and then like, as you can see, there's still like this, I call it glitter sparkle, but this micro cracking in the lens right here.
Yeah, I see that.
Which happens on aftermarket lenses, but it also happens on any lens in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super clear. You can see inside the light. Before, you couldn't even see the bulbs on it.
Yeah, no, you couldn't.
And then the fog lights.